Hi guys, welcome back. It's Salintae here, your soul support person, and thank you for coming back for this week's Power Tips. This week I want to talk to you about how's that working for you? you know, there comes a time where we have to reevaluate how our actions and our decisions and our responses just aren't working for us anymore. So I want to ask you, how's that working for you? Do you need to reevaluate your response? Welcome, Power Players. It's your girl, Salintae T, and I'm here to help guide you on your pursuit of happiness with these power tips. Make sure you hit that like button if something resonates with you. Hit the subscribe button so you can get these power tips weekly. And make sure to comment because I want to hear how you're making it happen. Let's think about it. So let me give you an example. This morning, actually, my daughter threw this huge temper tantrum, and I'm new to this, right? She's only 14 months old, so I didn't know what to do. So she threw this temper tantrum, throwing herself on the floor, crying, snotting out the face, and it just would not go away. Like, I was talking to her, trying to calm her down. I got extremely frustrated myself, where I started to even yell. I was ignoring her. Then I was talking her through it. Then I started to yell at her. Then I picked her up and was like, "What is wrong, little girl? I don't understand." So that was just a whole ordeal for me. And it took me to a low vibration that I did not want to be a part of. I don't like vibrating at a low frequency because it just makes my day go unfavorable, and that just leads into other things that are unfavorable as well, right? So I was really upset about it. So I took it to school, asked them, like, is this normal? What do I do? I can't deal with it. Like, if this is normal, then I'm taking her to a behavior specialist because I need to nip this in the bud right away. And I'm sure a lot of parents have dealt with this. And if you're not a parent, then I'm sure there are situations in your life where it just causes you to react negatively, out of passion, out of anger, you're just pissed off, right? And you just shout, or you just basically kick and stomp your feet. Not literally, but basically you just throw your hands up and you're just like, freak this, I don't want to deal, whatever, this is dumb. So I had to go through that, and we have to go through these situations. It's revealing to us, look at yourself, look at how you're reacting. Is this the ideal way you want to react to a situation? I mean, you say you want to vibrate on a high level, but you're vibrating low, you're responding on a low frequency. So it caused me to pause and to reflect and to evaluate how I looked at things. So I encourage you to do that. Number 2, I had to feel those emotions. I had to be like, you know what, Salintae, you reacted like this, and it's okay. I had to forgive myself. Like, you know what, you're trying your best. You need to give yourself a break, cut yourself some slack, because you're doing the best that you can. Now, it might not have been favorable how you responded, but you're human. You can't expect yourself to respond perfectly every single time, right? So I encourage you to cut yourself some slack as well. So feel those emotions, feel that anger, evaluate it, process it, let it flow through you, and then come back. So after I processed everything, after I evaluated my actions and realized this is not how I want to respond, the next step I took was to center myself. So I listened to a guided meditation, which immediately brought me back to where I wanted to be. It centered me, it realigned me, it calmed me, it brought back some of those positive emotions. So you really need to recenter and realign, whatever that may be for you. That may be sitting in silence, that may be reading a book, listening to music, writing in your journal, whatever that looks like for you. Maybe going for a drive and blasting your music at the full capacity, right? Whatever it is, that you need to shake that off and to recenter yourself, because there's no sense sitting in that, being angry about it, picking it apart one by one, and evaluating it and evaluating yourself negatively, right? It makes no sense doing that, because you're just wasting time, you're wasting energy doing that, when you couldn't recenter yourself and refocus your energy and then actually find a more positive solution. So after I recentered myself, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna conquer this. Her tantrums, they're not going anywhere, right? So it doesn't make sense me being pissed off, shouting, becoming angry about it, if these are going to happen regularly, right? So what's the point of me responding like that regularly? So I was like, you know what, I'm going to read about it. I'm going to read about tantrums and what they mean and what it is. I'm going to get to the bottom of it. To get to the bottom of your situation, I Googled something, read an article, read a few points. I first like to understand the situation. By understanding it, you can then dissect it and be like, okay, it's happening because of this. Now what do I do, right? So you can dissect any of your situations with that same mentality, the same focus. Different response equals different results. So that's what you need to keep in mind. When something is continuously goes the way that you don't want it to go, you stop and ask yourself, how's that working for you? How's that response working for you? Not favorable? Then stop. Just stop. Why are you going to continue reacting in a way that encourages bad behavior for yourself and for others, that encourages the same result to happen? Stop. How's that working for you? If the question is, it's not, then reevaluate and find a new way to enter the situation, whether you need to go through the back door, the side door, climb on top of the roof and go down through the chimney. Figure out a new way to assess the situation and to respond to the situation. So don't forget to ask yourself this week, how's that working for you? It's not. Realign, recenter, refocus. So take care, guys. I hope that you realign, refocus, and recenter this week. And don't forget to ask yourself that one question. And don't forget to ask other people that you're around that same question. Because sometimes we see our friends and our family doing the same things as well. They repeat the same cycles. So simply ask them, hey, how's that working for you?